everybody to Disbarred DeMOCKracy. That's M-O-C-K. It's Friday night and we're doing it right. Tonight we're going to have 3 topics. None of us know what they're going to be. We're going to have a surprise host or hostess. We don't know who that's going to be either. There's only one thing we do know. We do things the fucking fam way. Y'all ready to smash the fash? Let's meet the gang, shall we? Oh shit!
Cheers.
What's happening, everybody? How you doing? It's Friday night.
Friday, man.
What's up, y'all?
Hot diggity damn!
A crazy week.
It has been. It's been an absolutely crazy week.
Another record set on how many scandals Republicans can fit into 1 week.
It's really impressive at a certain point.
Which one of you had duck butter on your bingo card?
Not me. I wiped it off.
That's rough.
I don't want to know what that is.
Boo. What a crazy ass week it's been, but also it's been as far as the world of politics, it's been I would say a fairly successful week. We've got a lot of things done that actually make a difference. We got executive orders signed about gun violence. Zelensky is showing up and giving the finger to Putin with Harris at the same time. Man,
playing Donald Trump. He totally was playing Donald Trump.
Oh yeah, totally, 100%.
Oh yeah,
He's been doing that for a while.
Most of the world leaders out there, they know all they have to do is kiss his ass a little bit, and he'll give them anything they want.
Pretty much, that's the slow and skinny of it. When you're that susceptible to flattery, that's never a good thing when it comes to being able to, loose lips sink ships, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's not a strength in a leader.
So that's a Laura Loomer. Wait, what?
She got kicked off the Trump plane, and I'm really waiting for the fatal attraction moment. I can't wait for it.
I'm really shocked there wasn't a fatal attraction moment. I really thought she was gonna.
Yeah.
I mean, she did have a mini tantrum, but I thought it was going to be way crazier. And when you got MTG saying that girl's crazy, that's crazy.
A whole new level.
That's a whole new level.
If MTG says she's crazy, there's things you haven't seen, and
yeah.
I think that tantrum we saw on X or wherever it was pretty small for her. Considering what her regular rhetoric is. I'm expecting her to go full fatal attraction.
It's
I think she's been paid not to.
Oh, that's a good point. She's probably signed a non-disclosure.
Oh yeah, that kind of is his modus operandi, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but that's been slaughtered in court by Jessica Denson.
Mm-hmm.
In its
so depending on what it says.
Yeah, so it's real. Their NDAs have to be super specific now regarding what material, what who they can talk to, and about what. They have to be specific. They can't be non-disparaging.
Blanket, yeah. A blanket non-disclosure.
Yeah.
It almost seems like Trump has you sign an NDA the moment you walk out of the room, no matter what it is. Every time somebody brought him a Coke, he made him sign an NDA.
No, it works the other way. You sign it when you walk.
Yeah.
But on the same token, I don't think she cares. I've heard she's batshit crazy. Not just MTG batshit crazy, but batshit
Laura meets Anna meets Marjorie.
I mean, we all know she's sack of hammers crazy. I mean, that's nothing new.
Bats call it loomer shit crazy.
Well, man, let's reach into the chopper hopper and find out who our host or hostess for tonight is.
that one guy. There was that one guy, Ali Alexander, I think his name was, because I love MAGA drama that's like that evolves on Twitter, and like they like start telling each other secrets and stuff. I was really hoping that like the DC bomber identity would come out. Like I was really hoping for that. Like every time there's a MAGA drama, like, you know, they're yelling at each other on Twitter, I really thought it would come out, but disappointment again.
Well, the thing is new evidence has been filed to check in against Trump by Jack Smith, but let's find out who our host is or hostess.
I'm not wearing it all day. So.
See, it looks like it's going to be. Oh shit! It's gonna be me.
Whoa.
Well, boss. How about that?
Are you coming?
So, I suppose we need to get on with the business.
Thanks for coming, everybody.
So, let's go ahead and get to our first topic, shall we? It's actually ethical, believe it or not.
Right now, more fallout coming from that CNN investigation into North
We have people like Mark Robinson, because somebody mentioned duck butter earlier. Every staffer has quit.
Everyone.
Could have gone the rest of my life without knowing about that.
I'm really sad that I had to learn about it, quite honestly. Like, every single staffer. Oh, listen to that. Oh, it's wonderful.
It's like Christmas. They all jumped ship as soon as they could.
Yeah, because they'll never get hired again.
No, yeah, they're like, I intend on having a future in politics, unlike you.
Like, they were already pushing it, being a part of his staff. They were already pushing it. But now they can't. No, they would be finished in politics.
Mm-hmm.
And when MAGA finally goes away,
he's cooked.
when MAGA finally goes away, they'll still be looked at funny for worked for him, because he's out there. Like, he's out there.
Yeah, it's absolutely crazy that, like, and you know, Trump refuses to denounce him too. And you know, for anybody who's unfamiliar with this situation, well, you know, I don't have a problem when it comes to, well, for lack of better words, partying. That's one way to put it, I suppose. But it's the whole, like, being a hypocrite from behind the pulpit thing that I have a problem with.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care what you do in your personal life, and I'm not going to kink shame, but how dare you try to demonize people, like literally demonize people, hoping that they would get killed. Yeah. And then you're doing the exact same thing. And sometimes a little worse, because he's a pastor too. So you have the audacity to judge it, but then you're also a pastor? Like, who the fuck are you?
Reminds me of that pastor here in Colorado that was vehemently anti-gay. And then it comes out that he's smoking meth with a gay hooker.
Just that sentence alone is so like MAGA politician.
Like, why don't they just keep their goddamn mouth shut? Just be conservative and be like, yeah, I'm against gay marriage. Leave it at that. Because, like, here's my mantra, I guess you could call it, of sorts. You can be an asshole. You can do bad things. But you can't do both at the same time. Because if you do bad things but you're nice, chances are people aren't really going to dig as deep into your past. But if you're an asshole and you're doing bad things, people are definitely going to find the bad things out. So he broke the cardinal rule of shady shit is you can't do bad things and be an asshole.
Yeah, it's because
Sounded like.
well, which is always blew my mind when they would bring like Merrick Garland in, and you know, people like Ron Johnson would be like grilling him. It's like, dude, like, do you know all he has to do is sign a piece of paper
And you're done.
like
Ron Johnson.
just the amount of cojones that it takes to continually I mean, there's so many different words for it.
Shameless is their superpower.
Yeah, it's like lower than a snake, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's really sad how none of this stuff just like shocks me anymore.
No,
Everybody,
just
we're all, nothing shocks us anymore.
Okay.
the really amazing thing is when the Mark Robinson accusations first came out, how many of you were just like, yeah. I was like,
Yeah.
yeah.
I gave like a sad face because I didn't want to like know about it.
Yeah, I mean,
That was my reaction. Because now I know about it, and I don't want to know about it.
I'm like,
Or
bleach,
using-
bleach, bleach, bleach.
Yeah.
Or using pizza grease for lubricant.
It's not fair. It is not fair.
But I mean, there's literally nobody on that side when I hear any shit like that where I'm just like, yeah. Like, and?
And I hate, you know, one of my pet peeves in this world is people who talk in the third person who shouldn't. Like, if you're a politician, you can't talk in the third. You're not cool enough to be a politician. Even Jasmine Crockett, who is cool enough, should not talk in the third person. It is so obnoxious. Like, most people who even do that shouldn't, like, you really it's so annoying when you do that. But like any politician, you don't have any clout to be talking about yourself in the third person. Like,
I mean, you know why Trump does it, right?
Blah blah blah.
The reason that Trump does it is because whose speeches did he keep beside his bed? Okay, now who went by their last name strictly? Okay.
Oh, I never even thought about that. That's a good point. I never even thought about that. I never got ceased to be like amazed. Like, just when I thought like the connections between Trump and
Mustache Man
Mittler couldn't like get any more like coincidental, quote unquote. All of a sudden, like, wow. Yeah.
America first. Wait a minute. Hold on. Where do we hear that before? Fuck. It almost no, like go back to the 30s with like fucking Ernest Lundeen.
The KKK used that.
Exactly.
Crap.
Yep, exactly. Like, and they were also compromised by the Nazis by like George Viereck.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like. You know, it's funny because the right wing is consistently being busted taking money, but they're finding ways to launder Russian money by buying Bibles and Trump coins and expensive watches. And the thing that's insane is Kamala is still outraising him, and it's by small dollar donors. And one of the really cool things that we kind of
donated as much as I've donated and by donations, I'm talking like $20 at a time. Like there's no like mighty librarian purse of like riches. Like we're talking like the entire campaign season. Like maybe I've given $100 total like this year, but that's still the most I've ever donated in. And so like these mega assholes, like, you know what's going to be funny? He will get caught money laundering. Wanna know why? Yeah. Because he doesn't know how to chill. Okay. Like he keeps on like the whole relationship with Putin. Like he can't keep it on the DL. He said it very strongly. So why would he have interfered? Like, you could totally tell that was him saying, yeah, he interfered. He helped me out. Like, he's coming up with all these stupid products that nobody is buying, yet he's getting millions for them. I promise you. And like, he won't be able to explain it. So,
well, the money train, it always consistently is leading back. And what I'm absolutely loving is we're in this actual period of accountability. Like, as you can see right here, Rudy Giuliani is being disbarred.
I love that for him.
Too. Rudy Giuliani lied. And
I can smell him through the screen.
2020 election loss.
Right, me too.
Keep
like
mind,
stale
Giuliani
cigars and whiskey.
And like bad penny loafers.
Shoe polish and
fake leather.
Low self-esteem.
Producer Robert Legary.
Despair.
Right now. Okay. What a time
What a time indeed.
Steve Bannon woke up in prison behind bars having breakfast. I
love that for him.
Burnt.
Dude, I bet he reeks of alcohol. Just reeks.
Good morning to you all over there. Good afternoon to everybody here on the East Coast. So, Rudy Giuliani in New York, disbarred today. This comes out.
We're converging. What's important back to fucking reality. It's been 8 fucking years. 9 years.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah, that escalator ride.
Orbit who have been
shit all went wrong.
Their role as a licensed attorney.
That was a glitch right there.
Yep.
Yeah,
that was the glitch.
He used,
what is that? State number 3 he's been disbarred from?
He used his role as an attorney to consistently just do really dreadful shit. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I knew he was going to get disbarred. I said, like, as it was happening, I was like, he's going to get himself disbarred. Like,
Trump didn't give a fuck.
Well, he thought he was going to be able to MAGA his way out of everything. Remember how many different delays he used trying to get out of Georgia? And now he's in Arizona court, and now he's been disbarred in New York.
He's been disbarred in D.C., New York.
As much as people like
Florida?
to think, lawyers aren't just allowed to lie in court.
Yeah, that's kind of like not a thing.
And he was falsely filing documents in courts too. Like, you remember that whole "it's a fraud case that's not a fraud case" thing he was doing?
This is going to be their 2020 was still stolen. They don't even believe that Rudy was disbarred. They'll just ignore it. Like, they can ignore anything. Just reject
they'll just make up fucking lies as usual.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty much what they're doing.
Are you coming? Come on.
Well, I mean, are you surprised? I mean, the thing is we're consistently having to deal with. I need to take a drink. Hold on. We're consistently having to deal with these treasonous motherfuckers who are using lies that was directly fed to them by Russia in order to try to put it on an American media system to impeach a United States president. And it's finally catching up with them. And I couldn't be happier. And at the same time, I'm furious because there needs to be more accountability, because Ron Johnson has been named by Lev Parnas.
Ron Johnson, Bill Barr, Pete Sessions.
And
Andy Biggs?
Nah, the other cat just came up.
Gosar?
No.
Gosar, yes.
Andy Biggs. Who else we got?
Josh Hawley.
Clay
Josh Hawley.
No, I'm sorry. It is Ron Johnson. He's just such a shitbag. I thought about him twice. Where he was like, I helped for a few moments. I got the fake electors stuff for a few minutes. I helped with the coup for a few minutes. He literally confessed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but officer, I murdered him, but it only took a few minutes.
That 30 seconds. Yeah, that completely absolves you, right? That's how that works.
Yeah.
Jesus, man. Like, we have... It's ridiculous because, we got Harlan Crow and Leonard Leo controlling the Supreme Court, and having that many millionaires against you can be really like disheartening.
Yeah, if there's no accountability, the next ones are right behind them.
Well, luckily, one thing that I can report that we have going for us now is somebody with some actual cash behind them, aside from like somebody like J.B. Pritzker, who's a self-made billionaire, is we got people like Mark Cuban, right, who's actually like talking sense on Fox of all places.
Under each other when it comes to offering economic breaks and incentives, tax cuts,
like right here. Listen to shit.
What did you mean by that? Yep. Well, first of all,
no hesitation. Yep. That's a man who chooses his words carefully to make his money, and just like he sounded like Jumpin' Jeff Farmer doing a fucking promo, like in wrestling. Yep. Like no doubt about it.
Hell yeah, he called it.
Yeah, exactly.
strategic tariffs aren't bad. So if a company's trying to dump, or a country's trying to dump in the United States, and we have a manufacturer there, tariff and that's great. But across the board, tariff 10 or 20% is just inflationary. It's a tax on the American consumer.
And there it is, right there. Because when Trump was asked about tariffs, he cannot explain tariffs to save his fucking life. You know what I mean? Like, and maybe he thinks that if he lies enough, people won't realize that it's going to increase the costs of goods. But that's not how that works.
And like that bullshit ass meeting he had with the farmers.
Yeah. The thing is it's usually the people with a boatload of cash that are trying to do the worst to our country. But it's good to know that there are like a few actual ethical billionaires that are gonna actually help move the needle as far as like the financial sector goes. If I'm not mistaken, how many top financial CEOs are backing Trump this cycle? None.
None.
Zero.
The top 100 are giving their money to and support to Harris.
Yeah, you said something about that earlier. The top 100, Derek.
Yeah, they're all in on Harris and Walz. None of them are backing Trump. None of them are giving money or support or endorsing them.
They know.
They know. They can read. They know math. They can see the economic numbers.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's a good point. Vixen in the chat said if they were ethical, they wouldn't be billionaires. That is true because, stock buybacks are unpaid wages. I'll go ahead and give them that. But at least he's not trying to fucking like donate to the Heritage Foundation.
Yeah.
The fucking Fash Foundation, man, who's actually like trying to Project 2025 all over us. At least like... Go ahead.
I've met a Fortune 500 CEO for a company that I used to work for. He wasn't the CEO then, but it's like, these are just like the low-life, scummiest people that get promoted up because they're willing to do what it takes.
Yep.
And I learned that day. Also, he's not a very smart guy. Not going to name names.
Well, I mean, inflation's at 2.9 and the stock market's never been higher. The Fed just cut rates. By the way, like, how crazy is it to hear MAGA boo that rates got cut? Like, how much do you hate your country?
Fucking stupid. Like,
Yeah.
they're fucking stupid people.
I don't get it.
Stupid. He is a stupid dad.
And I make no apologies saying that.
Nope.
I used to be like, you know, there's still some good. No, y'all are fucking. If you're booing rates going down, that means money is cheaper to borrow. You fucking morons. Like, I can't anymore. I can't. Like, I'm at the level I judge you if you're gonna call yourself MAGA. I'm going to judge you and call you a fucking idiot.
Well, I mean, if you saw the Good Liars
I'm far
video.
from perfect, but I'm not MAGA.
Did you see the Good Liars Taylor Swift video today? And it was just nothing but literally every single scene was a double standard because they asked, what do you think about Taylor Swift? They said, she needs to shut up and sing, etc., etc. They'd be like, well, what do you think of Kid Rock? Oh, he's amazing. Well, don't you think he should shut up and sing? Well, no, his opinions are right.
Yeah.
Jimmy Kimmel did something similar.
Going up in flames.
Yeah.
Jimmy Kimmel did like with Joe Biden, like he said Joe Biden did something Trump did.
Mm-hmm.
We lost you.
They asked passengers on the street.
Yeah, they were. It was, they named the things that Trump did, and they said that Biden did that, and they said he was deplorable. And then it was like, oh, that was Trump, and they're like, oh, well, it was different.
Oh well, yeah.
It's fine.
Mm-hmm. It's a fucking cult, I swear. Well, the funny thing is that Bill O'Reilly got cooked. He went on a program and was doing the whole, like, I'm a Republican, so therefore I have to be like, I don't like political violence, but yet at the same time, when it's political violence, it's on my side. You know, it's kind of okay. Like, Steve Shives did a really great video about if Republicans said the quiet part out loud about political violence. Seriously, one of the best pieces of satire I've seen in a while.
Yeah, that was excellent. It's just about how they use both sides of it. It's, if it's there on the end of it, they're victims and they get advantage out of it. Mm-hmm. If it's their side perpetrating it, they can keep using it as a threat.
Yeah, I just love how he's like, and let me tell you about playing the victim. This is the best shit ever. He's like, because not only do you get to deflect the responsibility from you, but you also inadvertently make the other side have to tone down if they're talking about any facts about you, just because they might seem like that it might be politically inconvenient. And I just love that, where he just goes, and let me tell you how awesome it is about playing the victim. That shit is the best.
Because you never have to come up with facts. You never have to be right. You just have to keep blaming and whinging and pointing fingers and throwing keys.
Flood the zone.
Yeah.
Flood the zone. Bullshit. Flood the zone.
Yeah, that's
I
it.
think I'm better.
Yeah,
that's how they did
absolutely.
We got you.
Yeah, flood the zone, and
what they did.
The moment that it comes back to you, play victim. It's Roy Cohn 101. You know, attack, and then the moment it comes back, play victim. You know, be a coward. And that playbook has really, really worked out. And then once the people who typically aren't into politics, the people who just like the whole WWE portion of it, once they learned how to use whataboutism, it was very, very difficult to have any sort of like political engagement. Because when they watch Fox, you know, they're just getting mainlined whataboutism. Like, how many times do they hear whataboutism every single fucking hour?
I just love the fact that they're a culture of just asking questions, never finding answers, never listening to the answers, and never actually connecting the dots themselves, just being told what to think about.
Well, anybody that says, I'm just asking questions, they're not.
No.
Yeah.
They already know the answer.
Well, they only listen to people who just ask questions rather than actually answering questions and looking for the answer.
Tucker knows something about this.
Yeah, Benny said that Tucker knows something about this. By the way, this is my good friend Benny. He's also a German. He came down to hang out. He's part of the fucking fam. If y'all aren't in the Discord and you're watching this on Twitch, this is the place to be.
Yeah.
Say hi, Benny.
Hi, the world.
Everybody say hi, Benny.
Hi,
One,
Benny.
two,
I
three.
was hoping you would say, hi, Benny.
Hi, Benny.
The dive
I think I see you every day, Benny, and I'm happy to see you every day.
The dive bar is an internet.
So am I.
Mm-hmm.
Like an airport bar.
Yeah, right.
Wunderbar.
How we doing in the chat, Tony?
Oh, we are doing fine. Everybody is hanging out both in the Discord and the Twitch.
Oh, damn.
So shout out to Sheila, Nate, Farmley was here, Vix is here, Kaz is here. And then everybody else in the Twitch stream. We got Kim hanging out. Lala's been hanging out. So shout out to everybody out there. Amethyst was there. So, and of course, Betty's hanging out on the Twitch, so he's hiding out back there. And
he's regulating.
He's regulating. he's passing out regulators.
He's just passing out hot dickings like Dr. Tran.
Here, you get a baby oil, and you get a baby oil.
Enough to go around.
I love that it's been busted that the Costco had to formally be like, no, we don't sell. We don't do that.
Correct. No one
I heard that baby oil
LSD
was drugged. I heard that the baby oil was
LSD
drugged.
infused baby oil.
What was that?
Ooh.
Wait a minute. Was that actually a thing? I didn't read like that in the indictment. Like I just knew
I was
that.
reading
Oh, okay. I was like, I don't know all the Diddy news.
Diddy did it, and I wouldn't doubt it.
I can only handle so much yuck every day.
Yeah,
Diddy
Diddy is yucky.
I was already filled with yuck from.
It's only
from
going to get
Mark.
worse.
Oh yeah, it's bad stuff.
It's only going to get worse.
There's an opportunity to.
More's going to come out.
I want to point out someone said Fiddy's getting closer to finishing his documentary about Diddy, and it's going to be
Fiddy versus Diddy.
He's been hating Diddy forever. He hates. He says hates.
Well, Netflix have funded Fiddy, and he's partway through making it. So he's made no bones about the fact that it's going to be nasty, and he's going to name. So yeah, look out for it.
This is
I'll save my yuck for that.
There's probably going to be a lot of yuck. A lot of yuck.
Looking good. Fiddy's going to come out looking good, much better after this.
I really like 50 Cent. I never really liked P. Diddy. I was neutral. Like I didn't really care.
I'm not a P.
But
Diddy
I
fan.
always thought he was the ugliest.
And creepy. He's
got them baby dolphin teeth.
Man.
Another one who talks about himself in the third person.
He's named himself like so many different things. Like he tried to be Prince, only Prince was like actually good at naming himself things to eventually settle to like a badass symbol. You know what I mean?
When he walked away from Puff Daddy, I knew he was a problem.
Yep.
Right then and there. It was an image thing for him. It wasn't, you know what I mean? He was trying to sell to the masses and not be edge. And that's weird. Like, embrace yourself. You're right, Diddy did do it.
Did he? He did.
I don't doubt it.
There was another woman that filed a suit against them today. A new one got filed today.
Against Diddy?
Yeah, there'll be more.
Oh,
like
boy.
during the pandemic and shit. More recent than some of the other ones.
Well, apparently all the charges that were sought were collaborated, well, mostly starting from the statements brought out in the civil case. So the 2 or 3 women who had sued Diddy in that civil case, they used the statements from that to actually go and get more evidence from all the other people who had been previously brought up or mentioned, and got them to corroborate, and
it just annoys me because
this for years and years.
Since the 90s.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
It was no secret that they were hardcore players.
Yeah, and it's horrible that
there's so many people got hurt.
There's people whose lives, like, think about Justin Bieber, man. Like, that dude's life, like, is trash because of Diddy.
You can tell when he like look. I feel bad for him.
Yeah.
You can't look that dude in the eye, man.
No.
You can't look that dude in the eye.
And I mean, and everybody wonders why he went off the fucking rails, man.
That explains so much.
It explains so much.
So much. And my heart breaks because I was like, he wasn't acting quite like an asshole. He was acting like
he was spiraling.
Victims.
Yeah, he's just spiraling.
Yeah, and
he didn't care. He's at the point where he didn't care what happened to him.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he was like spiraling, like how do I describe it? Like when you've been traumatized by something so horrific. And I'm surprised I didn't pick it up sooner. If he was female, which is really sad I got to work on that. I probably would have picked it up sooner.
I want to say here, Alison, you're right. If he was female, I think we all would have picked it up earlier and recognized the signs of abuse, back when he was a 15, 16-year-old kid. Now, a very close friend of mine who I spent a lot of time working with actually has been Justin's tour manager here in Australia several times. He was offered the permanent. They wanted to take him on permanent around the world, but he ended up taking over the whole business back here. But from what he told me personally, the behaviour that Justin exhibited was very much that of an abuse victim.
Looking back on it,
yeah, absolutely. We didn't recognise it as that at the time, but we did talk about it. Like it was very pronounced. It wasn't just he was tired on the road and the results of just general,
he wasn't being a complete douche.
No, it wasn't just that. It was beyond that.
It was beyond it's hard to describe, but I don't follow music.
On shoulder that's bigger than anyone can imagine. It's like, whoa, it's like the chip is bigger than the shoulder.
Like, I don't follow music stories like all that well. I thought 50 Cent discovered Justin Bieber. It was P. Diddy?
Usher.
Oh, Usher.
Usher did. Usher had already been groomed by Diddy. Then he sends Justin over there.
Basically, offered him up as a party favourite for Diddy.
Yeah.
With the bonus of him being musical talent as well. This is
now I get it.
Already going, when you turn 16, this is going to be your car, and we're going to get. I had him for 48 hours, and we're going to get. It's going to be wild.
I didn't really. I couldn't place the connection because I thought he had.
And he's going. What? He has no idea what the hell's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I thought. Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay, now it makes so much more sense.
And then he was like, and then this mansion's going to be yours and shit. And I'm like,
actually,
he had to do right for that shit.
Funny enough, speaking of like pervos being busted with Netflix documentaries, did you see that Vince McMahon has one coming out? There's one done on him. Yeah, because I mean, he's had a scandal after scandal, and his latest scandal is just, oh my God, the dude is trash. And that's why they made him leave his own company years ago. And that's the only reason that I'm able to still enjoy any sort of WWE anything is because they said, dude, like, you got to step the fuck down. There's too many people's livelihoods in this business, not just the athletes, but, you know, the business behind it, for you to be doing the nonsense that you're doing. And Stephanie McMahon completely stepped down from WWE. There's like a 6-part documentary series going to be coming out, and he's already, well, like, McMahon's been described as like a more charismatic version of Trump who actually works out. So the moment that he gets the accusations, of course, you know, it's full on, you know, saying this documentary put him in a bad light, and that it was saying they were saying that it was mixing up the Mr. McMahon character with actual Vince McMahon, whereas I'm fucking certain that he blurred the lines of reality, like, to make sure that he'd be able to just get away with everything and say, oh, it's part of the show.
That's what the toxic narcissist will do, is say it's part of my character, as Trump will do.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they've both, you know, been in the ring together, and you can see when Donald Trump. If you're watching at home, gang, you can find the video of Donald Trump attacking Vince McMahon in wrestling, and you can see the diaper. You can see the full fucking outline. It's there.
No.
Oh yeah, it's there.
When was this? Like, that famous one that they always show, that one clip?
Yeah. If you see the whole clip, you see the diaper.
Yep, it's there.
As he goes to lift the chair up over his head like that, and he lifts his jacket up, you see the big diaper bulge.
Oh, it's when he tackles him to the ground and is like punching him.
God. Yuck.
Yeah.
Well, Noel says he blew his bowels out, and he's from coke abuse.
Adderall or coke, one of the two. I didn't know that. Sniffy McSnifflesons.
And also, if he's got Alzheimer's, you can lose control of your bowels as well.
Yeah, absolutely. But if you
doing this for a long time,
you've used coke for too long, you basically lose control of your bowels too. And he lost control of his and had to switch to amphetamine and Sudafed, pseudoephedrine-based stimulants,
infused enemas,
Adderall and Sudafed.
You ever see when his drawer was open in the White House and you saw that?
Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute,
we
what?
recognize that straight away because Sudafed's available here.
I was like,
well, I mean, you remember Ronnie Jackson?
Oh yeah, he was giving out everybody. He was giving everybody shit. People that he wasn't supposed to be. It was just a big old part. I guess everybody had to do that so they could fucking work there because, you know.
Ronnie CVS.
He had to be high to deal with it.
Ronnie CVS.
Can I get a tranquilizer, please? You know, Jesus. I mean, can you imagine?
I get 2 uppers, 2 downers, and something in the middle. Yeah, go on.
Because in the words of Always Sunny in Philadelphia, it's diaper time.
Yep, there we go. DiaperDonnie.
Wait, I don't see anything.
It was on either screen.
His butt is extended.
Let's rewind it just a little bit.
I want to get the sound effect.
Donald Trump
On Twitch, but let me go ahead and let me put the monitor up for y'all. Here we go. Hold on a second. All right, here. Let's see that one more time, since our mighty librarian wasn't able to see it. Okay, here we go.
You've never seen Donald Trump.
Maybe the good Lord is protecting my eyes because, like, if you're sharing your screen, it's not popping up.
No,
I don't see it either. But I'm thinking this is a great opportunity.
Yeah, the good Lord is shielding my eyes so my yuck can go down.
You're not missing out on it.
Yeah, I am here.
He's been diapering since 1998.
That is sad. So Melania married him when he was diapering.
Yeah.
Does this diaper make my butt look big?
Yes.
So everybody that had any questions why we call him DiaperDonnie, well, there you go.
And normally we probably wouldn't make fun of incontinence, but
it's Donald Trump, so we don't care.
Donald Trump is a special person.
And the best is
he's trying to overthrow our fucking government. I'm going to make fun of him shitting himself.
Yeah.
Well, and the best part is what led to this line of talking was talking about how fucking scummy Vince McMahon is. So, because us talking about that, yep, y'all got to see Donald Trump does wear diapers. Is there any questions from the chat?
Hey guys, Shuby's hanging out in the chat and Twitch. Everyone says, "Yep, they all saw the diaper."
Or his underwear must be really thick.
Yeah, or he's wearing like the tidiest of whiteys.
So yeah, I did confirm there is a second lawsuit. So after Diddy's charging, there are 2 women that have come out and charged him for sexual assault and recording both of them.
Good.
Yeah.
So there's more than one account of this now.
There's gonna be more to come.
Oh yeah,
more to come.
I bet you some people get thrown under the bus too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
Some people we thought were good are going to turn out to have been very, very bad.
Yeah.
Awfully suspicious.
If someone could just tell me the chain, like in the chat, then I don't need, because I don't I know the general story of Diddy, but like I just couldn't, you all know I absorb too much information as it is, so
It's kind of like a pyramid scheme, and Diddy is like number 2.
It's like he's a moth running a mafia
said he
business.
moved the
That's what I got
server.
rid of.
I spilled
He moved the server.
He moved the server.
I just poured baby oil in it. I guess that counts as lubing, but
Damn.
Oh my
I, for one, welcome our new robot overlords.
welcome.
Self-lubricating.
Anybody know when SNL starts again? I thought they would have started back up again. Because I need some.
I think it's tomorrow.
Oh, they're gonna get cray with it. They got so much material, and they can bring back Maya Rudolph.
They should have been working like last month.
It is tomorrow. It is tomorrow.
Yeah,
Nice.
September. Yeah.
Nice.
And it's the 50th
I can't
season.
even.
All right. So, are there any questions in the chat?
I'm ready.
I can't wait. Particularly for the news update, their news show. Goodness.
Well, I mean, they've had so much to work with. I mean, their cold open alone.
I'm like, I wonder what cold open, what cold open is going to be.
I mean,
you're like, who's they going to pick? What's they going to pick for the cold open?
What do they pick?
It's probably gonna be the debate.
I don't know. Something could come out tomorrow.
Maybe it's Maya. I hope it is.
Yeah, it'll probably be the debate.
Maya's Rudolph or Rand. She's Rudolph to play Kamala.
Yeah, her Kamala role, like she just nails the role. I think what they should. I think what they're gonna do is because there's not gonna be a second debate because Trump's pussy. I think what they're gonna do is the second debate.
Well, Kamala accepted the invitation, so I think they're going to host it still. She should go through with it still. That is an hour and a half. That is an hour and a half of free primetime cable news airtime.
It's a town hall.
And she doesn't even have to. She doesn't even have to deal with him.
Yep.
Like I hope she takes advantage. I think her team.
Oh, her campaign will not let her pass that up. Come on.
in her chucks
Yeah.
It's on.
When his team knows that all he can do is go out there and essentially perform this crazy, illiterate, non-musical version of "We Didn't Start the Fire," that makes no sense and bears no semblance to reality that is on this earth. It's just, he cannot debate,
and he needs to. He absolutely needs to.
He needs to if he's going to win any sort of moderate support, and he has lost that hard since the debate meltdown.
Yeah,
he can't go a single fucking comment without talking about immigrants somehow, and now he's talking about he wants to fucking tattoo numbers on immigrants that are deported, and that's to the mass staging grounds. That's never turned out bad before, right?
Yeah,
right, chat.
Yeah, no.
That's going to win the Jewish vote over real well.
Yeah.
Because they know what happens after he rounds up the illegals that Trump keeps talking about.
Mm-hmm. I think it's just astounding that he tried to bury that with like bending over backwards for Putin today, right in front of Zelensky.
Mm-hmm. Dude, Zelensky
can't help himself. He can't help himself.
And Zelensky was smart and played him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. 100%.
My 12-year-old daughter could play
have
Trump.
good relations as well.
Right?
Yeah. Well, she could play him for a different reason.
Oh yeah. Oh no. She'd splat his diaper open with a swift kick to the nuts. My daughter don't play like
the AI in my brain is just already went there. Oh, picture's horrible. Mm-hmm. Delete. Pour bleach in my eyes.
No.
Yeah. I'm so tired of having to look at him or hear him.
Yeah, like it's going to be great when Harris wins, and eventually
he will go away.
Well,
away.
Nature.
MAGA won't.
Nature is nature, and I'm going to leave that there.
I mean, yeah, obviously, but like once he comes out of the public eye enough, MAGA in the public, will begin to die too. And I don't mean literal die. I mean end.
Well, I mean,
without anybody getting
back under the rock.
You know why he tweets multiple times an hour? Every hour he's awake.
Yeah, and all caps as well.
And when that stops, and there's no news to come out of Trump, well, they'll just stop talking about him.
Yeah, I mean, if he's not making ratings, and if he's not inspiring PV, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's one, and the cult Steve, or I think his name is Steve Hassan, who's the cult deprogrammer who was part of the Moonies.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
He said that once Trump leaves public sight, that's when people will the spell starts really breaking.
Yeah.
And I know MAGA isn't over if once she's president, but the beginning of the end starts. And I can't wait I can deal with hearing about MAGA, but to not hear Donald Trump's name just one day.
Or his voice.
Or his voice.
Or a rally.
Or a policy.
Just his incoherent stupidity.
Mm-hmm.
His sub 80 IQ fucking.
Yeah, he's part of the sub 80 club, all right.
Or his dumb tariffs that everybody knows is a bad idea, except for two people on his team.
Yeah.
And that's only
and tell him who the tariff paid by.
And that's only because they're scared to say no.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Peter Navarro is the one who keeps wanting him to do tariffs. That's his economic theory, and I think he did a dissertation on tariffs.
Yeah.
I don't understand what is so hard to understand about tariffs. When they're used very strategically and targeted, they can be very useful. But you cannot blanket say everything from China 200% tariff. Like, dude, we don't produce anything. You will cause price increases for. You're so stupid.
For everybody and everything. And look, Peter Navarro, just because you were in jail and you had to learn about bartering hand jobs for honey buns doesn't make you an expert on tariffs, bro.
He has, you know what's so sad and like pisses me off as an educator of higher education. There are people in this country who will not get to go to Harvard, not because of their lack of ability or grades or any of that. It'll be because they can't afford it or they're just not, they don't know people, right? And that asshole, Peter Navarro, gets to graduate from Harvard. And what does he do with his degree? This. Like, it is so bananas and it pisses me off so much.
Bad shit to bananas.
Students work so hard and they would literally kill to go to Harvard. And he gets it like paid probably from mommy and daddy, and he uses it when somebody, like, I know multiple people who couldn't go to Harvard because of money, or they were waitlisted and never got made it to the front of the wait list. So like, they could have done such wonderful things if they had that Harvard degree behind them. But he does this. Like, it is just...
Same with Ted Cruz. Yeah, same with Ted Cruz.
Yep.
And John Kennedy, who came from Yale and then decided to turn into Huckleberry Hound. Just because, I don't know, he thought that putting on a thick, syrupy Southern drawl would somehow make him more favorable towards the MAGA crowd. I don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I mean, but, don't forget, a bunch of the top ranking Nazis, they were lawyers because, you need the law in order to make fascism work. And you need lawyers that have no problem bending it. And now I'm glad to see people like Giuliani and Peter Navarro and all of them, they're starting to get theirs. And I think that that's going to be a great place to end this episode, because we're going to see if they're going to get theirs next week.
Find out really quick before we end. What's his face? Steve, isn't he getting out of prison?
Bannon? Yeah, probably real soon.
Yeah.
Before he got out.
Oh, but there's some more stuff piling up against him though, as we speak.
It's only 3 or 4 days before the election he gets out, so he cannot be effective in any way.
Or maybe it's November 1st he gets out.
Yeah, November 1st.
I'm so glad he was put in, because it's not like these are trumped up charges. You fucked around. Yeah, you found out. Did. You broke the law.
You did.
You got charged.
And now you don't get to vote.
He couldn't advise Trump to do it, and then he did have they're still doing his show, just not obviously with him. So he can't militarize his audience right before election day, beautiful.
Yeah, you can't be priming them and stirring the pot and throwing more gasoline and
the people
ether
that are
on the fire.
The people that are sitting in for him aren't nearly as
bombastic,
bombastically effective. Yeah.
Yeah, and Matt Walsh isn't going to do it. So Tim Pool isn't going to do it, and Dan Bongino is already afraid that he's being watched by the feds. So
well,
at least we have that.
We already are.
We at least have that going for us.
Yeah, then.
Watch, he's talking to the feds.
9 hours ago.
Like, it would not
9 hours ago, apparently Steve Bannon is predicting that Trump is going to have a victory as he wrote a new article from jail. Wonderful. That's great.
Is he going to try to compare himself to Martin Luther King, like letters from a Birmingham prison?
I wouldn't put it beyond him. I wouldn't put it beyond him.
Victory is at hand.
Yeah. He said victory is at hand. Well, all right. We don't need to hear about your nighttime rituals in jail.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Yeah. You just go ahead and enjoy your fucking turlet sangria, and we'll see you in November.
Victory too.
And that,
delusional.
And that, I would say, concludes episode 23 of Dive Bar of Democracy. Thank you so much, everybody, for showing up. And as usual, like we like to say, if you do give a good goddamn about your democracy, make sure that you catch the Tony Michaels podcast every day. And we will see you crazy kids later.
Bye.
Peace out.